Tangible things like performing on the biggest stage. His own success comes from both. Brady said he possesses a unique combination of tangibles and intangibles, and it's something that you, quote, know it when you see it, which I agree with that. Shannon, do you agree with this assessment from Tom?
I do. I guess, that unique skill set and taken, he has a very unique skill set that he's acquired over a long period of time.
I just watched that again last Friday night. I started watching it, I couldn't stop.
Skip, I do. The thing is that he's absolutely right. He's never been the strongest. He's never been the fastest. He hadn't had never had the biggest arms. But it's plenty good. So if we were doing a chart, Skip, I would say his tangibles are probably a little bit above average. But when you get to the intangibles, his IQ, his leadership, they're off the chart. They're immeasurable. And so when you combine those things, Skip, I look at Joe Montana. Joe Montana never had John Elway's speed or his arm strength, but he won 4 Super Bowls. Because if you have a makeup of all of those things, sure, I'm sure Tom Brady would like to have Kyler Murray's speed and his quickness. I'm sure he'd like to be built like Cam Newton. But no, you don't get everything. You take what you have, you take the tools that you've been given, and you expand on those, and you make it work. And he's made it work to the umpteenth degree. So everything that he said, I agree with, and we don't agree on a whole bunch of things. But Tom Brady, I agree with you 1,000%. Your leadership, your IQ is off the charts. The other things you've made do, the tangibles, the things that we can actually see, Skip, his size. Man, how that guy do that? Because in a hyper masculine sport like football, guys that look like Tom Brady ain't supposed to be able to do what they do. It's supposed to win at the level at which they win at.
Agreed.
And so we look at him like, how you do all that? But 1,000%, I agree with his assessment of himself.
Okay. Where we part ways, you and I, on this is he has one athletic tangible that is off the charts to me, and that is to be able to consistently, accurately throw a football with above average velocity.
Oh, yeah.
Is the single most important trait for any quarterback who ever tried to play. That is an athletic talent to me, to throw a football accurately with some velocity. I'm going to just call it above average. I'm not going to try to oversell it. But when Tom Brady loads up, like you showed me Monday, four shots that he missed, he was loading up and he was throwing it with some velocity, even at 43. They were some rockets. Now, it was windy and they were overthrows, but they weren't underthrows. His arm is much stronger than Drew Brees, especially at this age. Okay, got it.
Rivers, too.
Okay, so yeah, especially Phillip Rivers. I hurt for Phillip Rivers. I'm cringing. Like, oh, is he going to get it there? But the point is, with Brady, it is very athletic to be able to throw a ball with some distance on it. And hit somebody in the hands. Also, the ability to throw a catchable football is underrated because you know this. I never thought John Elway's footballs were the most catchable because he had too much arm, right? He split the webbing between your fingers.
You had to get used to catching it.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
It's not simple. It's not, it doesn't catch you. Like Brady's passes, sometimes they catch you. You know, like they come in so sweet. He throws a lot of nice spirals and it's just like, oh, I got this because it's going to stick up against my chest, right? But not John Elway, not Dan Marino. You better be ready. Not Brett Favre in his younger days. You better be ready. Okay, so then Tom Brady also pulls off something that I don't know what you call it. It's not really an intangible. It's still a tangible, and it's the ability to speed read a defense under fire in the pocket.
His ability to process information.
And pick the correct open receiver and deliver the ball with a quickness of release that is pretty special to me. It's like a fighter pilot skill. It's an instinct to be able to do this under duress. Keep your poise under fire. Process and find and deliver quickly to the proper receiver. He's done it routinely for 20 straight years in the league. It's hard to do because people are trying to kill you.
Yes.
You know, they're trying to knock you out of the game from all angles, and some of them you can't even see.
Right.
You can feel them. It's
Yes.
all instinctive.
Yes.
Okay? Is that an intangible or a tangible? I think that's tangible, right?
Well, the ability to sense, to feel, even what you cannot see, Skip, that's intangible. Because, Skip, you know it's there. And to be able to trust your lines, like, you know what? I know I'm going to take a shot, but they'll give me just this amount of time. I think, Skip, and I wrote it down. Look what I said his greatest intangible was, what you said. His accuracy.
Well, it's it for a quarterback.
Yes.
It's the tangible.
Give me that over size, speed, quickness.
Anything.
It doesn't matter. If you can't throw the ball, if you can't be accurate, what good is a guy throwing a 150-mile-an-hour fastball, Skip, if he can't get it over the plate? What good is all that size, the arm talent, if the guy's inaccurate? You completing 40% of your passes.
Yep.
It's his ability, even though he doesn't have the greatest measurables. We say tangible, we say measurables. But Skip, what he can do with his mind, the great ones can do. Peyton, Skip, they make it seem like Peyton Manning ran a 4.4. He couldn't run either. But what he could do was process information so quick over and over. Because here's the thing, the defense is constantly evolving. It's not like they're playing one coverage that, okay, we're going to play this coverage the whole day. They're throwing coverages, they're throwing fronts right after left. And you got to, is this coverage? No, that's my number one read. Okay, where am I hot? I'm hot over here. The entire game. While, like you said, a 275 man is trying to drive his helmet in your back.
Several are after you.
Yes.
And they're coming hot and hard and heavy. And you have to process. So 54 is the mic. And then all of a sudden, everything changes at the snap. They're trying to disguise. You might have 5 receivers out in the pattern. Sometimes max 5. You got to go boom, 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 boom. And get rid of the ball quickly while you're shifting. Another underrated tangible, I always thought he had great, not good, but great pocket feet. And you can't run down the field. You can't, you're going to run a 5.2 40. But I'm talking about, it's almost the ability to dance a little bit. But it's to be able to slide or shift.
Just a little bit.
Step up or whatever. And you have to do it instinctively. It has to be ingrained in your brain because you can't think about it because you don't have time to think about it. But if you'll slide step here and then deliver, you'll create an opening and give yourself a half, split second, maybe a 1/4 of a second that you didn't have.
That's it.
Okay? And then to be able to do it at the very highest level in Super Bowls, to win 6 Super Bowls with 6 game-winning drives in the 4th quarter overtime, you can't make a mistake. In any of those 6 Super Bowls, it's your game. It's the highest level. You played in 3. Well, it's up to the quarterback to process all that information and throw accurate passes under the greatest pressure on the biggest stage, to me, in any American sport. Well, he's done that so much that I call him the greatest clutch performer in the history beyond Jordan because he's done it so much more than Jordan had the opportunity to do.
I think the thing, Skip, when we look at our greatest athletes, they all had great measurables. You look at Michael Jordan could jump out the gym. You look at LeBron, he checks the box at 6'9", 260.
Every box.
I mean, you look at, from Michael Phelps, you look at all the greats. Skip, they had the great measurables. They could move at a very high rate. But Tom is like, hey, what I need, Tom Brady is like, you know what? What he's been able to do, Skip, with the ability that God has given him, nobody has maximized more than Tom Brady. Because, like you said, he doesn't have Lamar and Kyler's quickness. He doesn't have Brett Favre, John Elway, Terry Bradshaw's arm. But what he has is accuracy. And what is off the charts is leadership and his IQ. And if you get a guy that has great leadership, you have a guy that has great IQ, and you give me accuracy, I'll let you have all that other stuff. For that position, position.
For that position. And then he throws on top of it, these are his words, his terms, competitiveness, highest level. Durability is a key ability. Okay, right?
I don't know. That's not an image. That's a tangible.
That's a tangible. Then sustainability means I'm still obsessed with this at 43, in ways you said at 35. I can't take the meetings anymore.
No, Skip. When he means sustainability, he says, I'm still great. He said, because think about what we're talking about Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson had a historic season, and now we got people questioning what